Good morning. It's March the 9th, 2018, and probably our second biggest news day or scheduled news day of the month. March the 21st FOMC announcement will likely have a bigger impact on the markets than today's non-farm payroll numbers. We'll start with our disclaimer. Hypothetical simulated performance results have certain limitations. Unlike an actual performance record, simulated results do not represent actual trading. Also, since the trades have not been executed, the results may have been overcompensated for the impact of certain market factors such as lack of liquidity. Simulated trading programs in general are also subject to the fact they're designed with the benefit of hindsight. No representations being made in any account will or is likely to achieve profit or losses similar to those shown. Okay, the market's on hold. Volumes were well off. Everybody's awaiting the news. So our seller is definitely 12 to 16, and our buyer has been in the 24, 28 area before the news hits. Today's news focus is supposed to be hours worked and wages. Wages going up will confirm the thought that maybe the job market is heating up and has called up 0.2. 34.4 hours is what the forecast is. They'd like to see it at 34.5. Non-farm payrolls 205. ADPs was 235. Unemployment at 4%. So this is the news focus right there. Wholesale trade up 0.7. Baker Hughes rig count 1283,981. Last. I don't have a forecast for today. I don't think it makes much difference. The 981 can be a little higher. It was last week, I believe. But the Baker Hughes rig count, because the market is accepting America's crude oil production is moving higher, isn't as important as it was when U.S. crude oil production was not setting records on a monthly basis. So here's the news focus right here. Unemployment, non-farm payrolls, you know the news, you have the trade. Okay, we're going to hit the news probably in this 120.02.03 area, just kind of right here. Without news, this is without news, we'd be selling 7s to 11s, 15 to 19. On the buy side, we'd be buying 01s to 29s without news, and 21 to 25. On the, and it can be anywhere, but usually 12 to 16, 30 seconds will contain the move. It has been as great as a point, but usually 12 to 16, 30 seconds will contain the move for this piece of news. Now, we've got our Newsday strategy. We'll try to pick off a trade. I'll show you how it's done in the bond and the Emini. I have to make you mind sometimes in the first 10 to 15 seconds. Most people let the news pass, including the guys that set the market's direction and come in and meet their trading needs after the market has settled down. Quite often, that initial move sets the range for the entire day session. So again, if you're going to profit from the news, the potential of it moving the markets, you have to position before the news is released. You can't buy stop or sell stop into the market. You'll fill at the high or the low of the move, whichever it may be. Back in the old days, it was $1,000 guaranteed, one way or the other, before the market paused. Today, it's not quite that way. On the 30-year, 20 to 28 usually contains it. I've seen it back when it has more volatility. 1 to 1.5 points is what we would play for. It's come in quite a bit. I've seen it as low as 16. So somewhere 20 to 28, the move could be contained. Okay, without news, 16 to 20 is number 1, 23.27 sell 1, 31 to 03 sell 2. On the support side, 4 to 8 is number 1, 29 to 01 buy 1, 17 to 21 buy 2. Let's say the first move is up. The newsday trade is, you'll have a bar like this. You'll have the mode mean, that's your first limit buy. You'll have your value area low, that would be your second limit buy. Lean against that one tick inside of that. Then you'll have where the news hits. If the market does not take out that high, you exit the trade, and usually it doesn't. So you're entering in this area, getting your first position on, or that area, and you're exiting a tick inside of that bar's high. That's the newsday trade. Good for 6, 8, 30 seconds usually on the bond. Guess it's everybody's basketball tournaments are on. I kind of do basketball like the World Series come in late because Tennessee has a team that could actually win the SEC tournament. I'll probably watch them on a recorded basis. I don't watch anything straight up, too damn many commercials anymore. Takes too long, too much time. But if I miss a game, I won't lose any sleep either. Not the best fan. Gold, a little bit lower. If the numbers are as forecast, it's bad for gold. More people going back to work. Economy's getting better. What do I need gold for? Inflation. So the only argument that's left is not a flight to quality or it's not protection. It's inflation. How bad is inflation? So everything in gold still is pointed lower. 15 to 17 is pretty good support. This is without news. It will react just like the bond, and the note will. And then 10 to 12 would be buy 2. Because it's a B, we're trying to buy in the cheap. 20 to 22 sell 1. That's just where resistance is. 24, 26 sell 2. I had that feeling on our last storm that winter was broken, and I'm going to kill somebody's mic here. Somebody please kill your mic so I don't have to go to the other machine. Thank you. The euro will react. The numbers, if as forecasts, are bad for the euro. It shows a strong U.S. economy. And you can see it's coming lower right here, again without news. We're trying to sell the 15 to 25 area, sell 1. Picking up this area right in here. 50 plus or minus for sell 2. Gotta go kill that mic just a sec. Okay, I did kill Blue's mic for him. Okay, on the buy side, we're headed lower, so 75, 85 would be buy 1. And then 50 would be buy 2. Blue's dedicated. You got to get up early on the West Coast to come in and do this. Crude oil will be the least impacted. Our trades
Unmuted.
will set up on crude oil as they normally do. Usually tends to move with the Emini on the announcement, but it doesn't move by much. So we've got a buyer again. 60 looks like it's pretty good support right now. 63 plus is pretty good resistance. Crude moves in $2 to $3, so we're at the bottom of the current range, and you can just see coming across right here 63 and a quarter. Been a good place to buy it. 60, 60 and a quarter. We were hoping for stops yesterday below 60. We did get them, but it came very, very late in the session. So buy one is 60, 60 and a quarter. Buy two is 59.50, 59.75. On the sell side, 60, 75, 61, and then 61 and a quarter, 61.50 for sell two. Those numbers are, we can trade those. The economic news out of Europe showed softening both on the continent and the UK. The numbers are showing softening in Europe, so again, Bank of Japan said no change in interest rates. ECB said no change in interest rates. ECB announced a taper starting in October of 10 billion a month. That's not going to do anything. It's just like the United States. There'll be more supply out there, but it doesn't really mean a lot. When you look at the size of the balance sheets of the Bank of Japan, ECB, and the U.S., and they're in a tough place. I mean, how do you unwind that? Very difficult to do. Okay, let's go back and take a look at just some bar chart information right here. The 2780 area, plus or minus, right in through here. You can see maybe 90, 82 to 90 is probably the cleanest break in the market right now on the upside, and on the downside probably 2650, somewhere in here, right in through here, over there, right in, picking up that low. So 2650 to 2790 in a trading range. The market normally moves about 150 to 200 points, so our numbers are there. The economy is strong, getting better. The economic news from the United States remains pretty good, and the forecasts, while not all of them hit the numbers, they tend to come in higher than forecasts, and that shows economic growth. That's the problem with a linear regression model. It understates the move to the upside, and it understates the move to the downside. It's always playing catch up. Okay, you can see right here that the E-mini is trying to trade higher. We've got this volume in this 45 area right here. And this is on 5-point increments, so there's rounding errors. So the next low volume number's up there, pretty close to 2770. The focus is supposed to be hours worked. They want to see 34.5 confirming the economy, and they want to see wages going up. So right now we got a seller against 50, and we got a buyer just below 40. Without news, we'd be selling 49s to 54s, 59s to 64s. Now this usually a $10 scoop order away from where the market was when the news hits is the way that we would play it. 35 to 40 buy one, and then 25 to 26 to 31 buy two. I've seen it as low as 5 points. I've seen it go 25 points, but usually fade orders, $10 away, 10 points away, can work for you. If you want to put something out there and get filled off the move associated with the news, we'll try to pick up a trade in the E-mini and the bond on the news on the other machine, and then we'll see what the news is and take it from there. Okay, going to take a bit to get everything up and posted. Going to get busy with that. Back with you as soon as possible. I'll be back for sure on the news, and we'll see if we can't make a couple of shekels in a bit.